Warning: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All people are presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, and I do reserve my First Amendment right to express myself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dish and Tea with D, Crime in San Antonio. So, this case is quite extensive. This has happened back at the beginning of October with a Holy Cross teacher who was apparently either taking pictures or recording females undressing in the room. So, again, this is a faith-based high school here in San Antonio. And again, it's very alarming of what goes on in Texas schools. So before we get into that, I'm just going to ask you to like, subscribe, share this video, share with your friends, family members, give them the information for them to be safe as well as keep their family safe. In order to do that, I just want to let you guys know on Halloween, y'all guys, please be safe out there. I wouldn't participate. There's a lot of offenders out there who are locally in your area. Here in San Antonio, I've been exposing those people so that way you can avoid them when you are out going trick-or-treating. If you want to do something safe, I will recommend staying home, having a family game night, and or inviting family members to your house, having a family game night, and or having a good time. It is going to be on Friday this year, so again, it's a good time to get the family together and just have a great night. Order Panda Express, enter the code 9006879, and some of the proceeds will get donated from Panda Express to Vivid Lifestyles VBLS. So not only will you be saving you and your family's life, you will be saving another person's life with ordering that meal. So get into it. Holy Cross of San Antonio. This employee is under a criminal investigation for secretly recording students, changing clothes, and having intercourse with another adult. Um, According to San Antonio police, they confirmed this with news investigators and things like that. As of Monday afternoon, of course, this was earlier this month, the employee who police identified as a 34-year-old man is now in custody. Police officers were called to the school around 8 p.m. on Thursday for a report of invasive visual recording. So, according to police, a staff member who shares an office with the suspect noticed an alarm clock with what they believed was a lens and an SD card. SAPD said footage from the SD card showed at least 3 students changing clothes in the office. The employee was also seen having intercourse with another adult. So it doesn't say teacher or anything, it just says another adult. So for whatever other adult that this imparted in this school is crazy, because again, this is a faith-based school and you're having intercourse in this school, and I'm sure it's out of wedlock and all this other stuff. So again, see how crazy this world is? It's crazy. This is what the devil is bringing into our homes. In a letter sent to parents on Friday, Holy Cross Principal Rene Escobedo said the employee was terminated after an alleged credible report. So it's credible. Obviously, they have documentation and evidence of misconduct on campus. Parents of an individual students Parents of individual students that may have been impacted will be contacted individually by the school's administration. On Monday, an attorney for Holy Cross released the following statement to the news. Holy Cross is cooperating fully with the SAPD investigation and will be contacting all parents of the students victimized. So again, they're only going to do the ones that they have proof of that this teacher victimized. So if any students that are not seen on this video or has any actual like photo or video evidence, but feels like they were violated, I will definitely have your child speak up and speak up for your child. Because again, from the way this sounds, it only sounds like they're going to go and notify people who they actually have physical evidence of this situation happening. So, I mean, you could have had one student, you could have been in there with your friend, and your daughter could have been a friend of one of these, and may have possibly been off camera, but being aware of the situation and possibly a victim of the situation. So again, we don't know all the details. We don't know how long this has been happening. We don't know how long he's had this clock there. We don't know what all the details to this. And and some of these questions are, I would be wondering, like, how long has this clock there? How long has this been there? Why has he only, and when did this teacher come by? Was it, all these other questions? Because only to find three children undressing and one misconduct of intercourse with an adult there, like, seems like he hasn't had it there very long, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been victimizing others. You know what I mean? Prior to that. So SAPD has in its possession the only copy of the recorded footage. We are working with them to ascertain the identities of three affected students, and it is our understanding at this time that the images may not be clear enough to actually identify all three of them. When we identify them, we will not disclose who they are to protect their privacy. Whether we can identify the students or not, our policies and procedures clearly direct that parents must be made aware of these incidents and that we must operate with full transparency in all cases. The employee in question was immediately terminated on Thursday of last week when this came to the attention of the school administrators. And the adult participants in images captured with the fired employee was also identified and banned from the campus the following day. So it must not have been a teacher, it had to have been somebody else because they are banned. They're not even allowed to step foot. They're going to be, if they step foot, they can be charged with trespassing and all this other stuff. Our concern and priority is the safety and welfare of our student body and staff. And Holy Cross will cooperate fully with law enforcement officials and criminal prosecutors when the investigation results in arrest. Until then, given that this is an active investigation, we cannot comment further, obviously. So again, we really need to keep the communication open with your students, with your children, especially in high school, middle school, and even elementary, all around. And I know it's harder for elementary because a lot of them are still learning how to talk or communicate their feelings and their emotions and things like that. But as you get into the middle school and high school, fifth graders, the higher elementary and the middle schools and high schools, definitely communicate with your students. Be open with them, even though they may not be very communicative with you. Just give them the information. You don't have to know if they're going through something. Just give them the information. Let them come to you. Yes, I know you guys do want to know, but sometimes pushing your kids into wanting to know information will only shut them down. So definitely want to be very mindful of how you approach these type of situations and how you approach your children in general, and how to keep those open communications between you and your children. So again, please inform them. Let your family and friends know what's going on here locally in San Antonio and even around in the surrounding areas. San Antonio is not the only Texas city that is going through these issues right now. It is all over Texas and it is in other states too. So again, this Halloween, don't forget to order from Panda Express. Save your children's life. Save a life of another. And again, you guys be safe, communicate with your children, and stay safe.